Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today's video I'm going to be doing a makeup video. I'm so bad at makeup, but you've just got to bite the bullet, you know, so that's what we're doing today. Also, whilst I'm doing it, I'm going to discuss controversial TikTok topics that I would usually make a TikTok about, but I didn't want to because the TikTok hate is a bit much. Let's just get started with the Benefit Professional Primer. Okay, so as usual, my makeup starts after the primer with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation, and I just mix it in with some Nivea. What should we discuss first? These are all controversial, so please don't hate me for it, but like if you listen, I do have like a wide perspective, not just, you know. But basically last night I saw a TikTok that was this boy, and he said that girls when they're sad, oh I'm going really close to the camera here, girls when they're sad and they claim it's mental health, and then when boys are sad, girls tell them to stop attention seeking. And this really annoyed me because I know that men's mental health is a massive crisis, but it's not the fault of women. Men's toxic masculinity that did that. It's nothing to do with women. Like, I can't tell you the amount of times I've been on Tinder and just had to listen to a boy's life story, and I've never once been like, oh, man up. Like, his view was that it's women telling men to man up, but actually it's not. Men created the stigma themselves, and I'm not saying that means they have to deal with it. Like, they do need to sort it out, but you can't just blame it on women. Like, we didn't do it. Also, another problem I had with it was he was basically like invalidating women's mental health to get his point across, like saying any woman that cries has a mental health problem, which obviously isn't the case, but that's what he was sort of trying to say. And I feel like you don't have to push other people's causes down to build yours up. Like, you didn't have to invalidate women's to make men's seem more valid. And also, when a woman's emotional, people don't assume it's mental health. People assume they're hysterical, emotional, hormonal. So that also annoyed me because it's not like an easy road for women either. And I know there's a lot more stigma in men's, but like it's not easy for women. In terms of women's mental health, people say that it's like more accepted compared to men's, which I guess perhaps it is, but I think real mental health is not. Isn't very well articulated, or it is, but like the overall base of it is not in there. So I'll just quickly give the base. Women are a lot more accepted in terms of their emotions, but when it comes to mental health, even though it's a massive problem in men and it's the biggest killer, and it's like a huge crisis, and I'm not belittling that at all, even though that is the case, and even though emotions in women are more accepted, mental health still has a lot of stigma, and it's still got a long way to go as well. Like, actual mental health issues, not just emotions. Like, I think a woman crying and being anxious is like seen as cute and things, but as soon as it gets like depression and ugly and more severe, I don't think it's, because that's not seen as very feminine. Women are supposed to smile. If you're a girl out there, you've definitely been told, oh, you'd be so much prettier if you smiled. I don't think the stigma is just in men's, it's definitely in women's too. But yeah, that was just a problem I had with this video because A, it's not women that created that stigma, and B, you don't have to bring women down to make your point. Obviously, I think mental health in both sides needs to be addressed. I don't know if it's my shade, but it's the Revolution Conceal and Define. Okay, keeping in the theme of like mental health and stuff, I'm gonna talk about CAMS TikTok. If you don't know, CAMS is the Child and Adolescent Mental Health Services in the UK, which is on the NHS. And there is a massive trend at the minute on TikTok. Oh, that concealer goes a long way. It's currently a massive trend on TikTok of dissing CAMS. I get people sharing their experiences, but there's literally a girl and every video she makes is saying how awful CAMS is. And I get sharing your experiences, but channels like that that are solely devoted to trashing the name of CAMS, I think, are so toxic and unhealthy. Because imagine you're a 13-year-old, you're really struggling with your mental health, and you know that really for anyone in the UK the only option really is CAMS, because not everyone's got like £500 to spend a week on a counsellor. Then all you're seeing is that CAMS is awful and makes your mental health worse. you're going to be scared to get help, and you're not going to get any help, and things are just going to get worse. So I think things like that are so toxic, and they're like, I'm sharing my story and people shouldn't be prepared for puppy dogs and rainbows. And I was just like, well, actually, when it concerns your mental health, going in with a positive mindset, thinking this could work, this could help, is actually probably way more effective than going in thinking this is going to be crap. So I just think them TikToks are so toxic, because they're stopping people getting the help they need. Like, you've just got hundreds of kids watching that thinking, oh, it doesn't work, there's nothing, no help for me, which is really damaging. Okay, I'm now gonna bronze because I need to, because I've just made myself so pale, and I did not work all summer to get this tan to look this pale. So I'm just going to use the Hoola by Benefit bronzer. And if you see them TikToks about cams and you're like, oh, I can't go now because it's not going to help, I know many people it's helped. It helped me when I was younger. I know other people that it helped. The only negative thing I could ever say about it is the waiting list. People say, oh, they just tell you to have a bath. Never once got told to have a bath while I was there. Don't listen to them. It's different for every person. If you go in with a negative mindset, you're probably going to get a negative result. I'm not saying it's your fault if you get a negative result. I just mean if you go in with a positive mindset, you're more likely to get a better result. Just go see how it is for you. It might not be for you, but that's not for someone on TikTok to tell you. Okay, I'm basically putting bronzer everywhere bronzer shouldn't go, just because that concealer ruined everything. Now I'm just going to go on to eyes because I went on to everything else too soon. Now hear me out on this one, because you think at the beginning, you know. So basically, I think all forms of body shaming are disgusting, because someone can't help that. That's not what someone can help. I'm just using the Maddie Ziegler palette and I'm going to make it look awful. All forms of body shaming are horrible and no one should do it. However, I keep seeing on TikTok people getting angry saying that fat shaming and thin shaming are equal. Now, the hurt they cause are probably equal, but the malice behind the words and the severity of it is not equal. So I'm not invalidating the insecurity of being skinny. I'm not doing that at all, but I'm just saying the malice behind someone insulting you for that is different. The difference is mainly, if you're getting skinny shamed, that's one person skinny shaming you. But if you're getting fat shamed, it's society. Society hate fat people. That's fact. I quickly disclaim, because you can't actually see my body in this video, I am a bigger person myself. I'm not just dissing all big people. Like, I fall into the category. If you're getting skinny shame, you might have one person say to you, oh, you're too skinny. But if you're fat, the world isn't made for you. Clever me didn't include any examples, so I'll just include some now. For example, the clothing industry is not geared towards bigger people. Your job opportunities are less because people take one look at you and think you're lazy. You can lose friends in school. It's not really that popular to be friends with the bigger kid, so you lose a lot of friends for it. And also, you don't get treated the same medically. If you're big and you go to the doctor for absolutely anything, they'll just say, oh, have you tried losing weight? And also, the things associated with being fat versus with being skinny. When someone calls you fat, people associate with being unhealthy, lazy, ugly, all these horrible things. People even think that fat people smell, they sweat too much, like they've got acne, like all these things are associated with someone being fat. Whereas when someone's calling you skinny or too skinny, like, they're not saying you don't exercise, like, that's nothing on your personality. They are literally just saying you're too skinny, which of course that's not okay, but it's just the malice behind the words. The things society associate with being fat are not things people associate with being skinny. And also, being skinny, even if you're insecure about it, and this doesn't invalidate your insecurity, is society's beauty standard. Like, I keep seeing TikTok saying that skinny's not the beauty standard anymore, but it is. It has been for years. It really is. Like, you don't see big models, even plus size models are like a size 14. And when people talk about thick girls, this has really annoyed me for years. When people talk about thick girls, they're not talking about chubby girls, they're talking about girls with massive boobs, tiny waist, big hips, small legs. Like, that is not realistic. That's not accepting fat people. That's not even fat people. That's the ideal body shape. So when people say like, oh, the world's being better for fat people, it's not. It's being better for people with plastic surgery. People that say skinny is not the ideal would hundreds and thousands of girls and boys starve themselves every year, starve themselves to sacrifice their health just to be skinny. The diet industry would not be a multi-million-dollar industry if skinny wasn't the ideal. That wouldn't be a thing. It's kind of invalidating all the prejudice that fat people have fought against their whole lives. Another thing, the world is built for skinny people. This is one thing I keep seeing, people getting annoyed at girls for getting clothes that are too big for them to make it oversized, and then girls that get these clothes are like, how is this affecting you? Like, well, actually they make more clothes for smaller people. Despite the fact that the average size is a 16, they make nicer clothes for smaller people. So we don't have that many clothes to pick from to be stylish and cool. So you taking the clothes, like, the industry is built towards skinny people, so you taking the only nice clothes that big people have access to is kind of annoying. And also people are like, oh, don't do fast fashion. If you've not got money and you're big, you've not got any other choice but to get fast fashion, because all the people that are like thrifting and getting stuff from charity shops are getting it all oversized, whether it fits them or not. The amount of people I see with wearing jeans that have like a shoelace around them, first of all, it looks awful. Like, just get jeans that fit. You've got a lovely figure, get jeans that accentuate that figure. But they just get these massively oversized clothes, and then they have a go at fat people for using fast fashion. We've literally not got any other option. So to like round that off, I'm not at all saying that insecurities and all that are invalid if you're skinny. That's not true. I'm not saying that body shaming should be done if someone's skinny. That's not true at all. But I do just think it's not an equal playing field. Oh, another thing I keep seeing is people saying that you can help being fat. Can you help being fat? No. Because when I was 14, I barely ate anything. Not like I didn't have an issue, but like just my lifestyle. I did loads of exercise, but I didn't eat that much. And I was still big. So don't tell me that being fat is a choice and you can change that, because you can't. If people can change that, they would. If people could change that, the diet industry wouldn't be so expensive. They just make money off the same people time and time again. Bodies are made differently. People will say when someone skinny shames them, I can't help being skinny. But then at the same time, I'm not saying this is everybody, but at the same time, the exact same person will say you can help being fat. If people can't help being skinny, if someone skinny can eat tons and not put on any weight, why can't someone who's fat eat healthy and have healthy exercise and be fat? If it's the same for someone who's skinny having a fast metabolism and just able to do nothing but eat loads, then why can't it be on the opposite for a bigger person? People don't look at it like that. I literally saw a boy that said fat people just need to eat less and work out, and then in the comments he said he ate loads and never put on weight. So clearly it works the other way around. Also, just one last thing to add on to that thing, the inequality between slim people and bigger people is actually really prominent on TikTok, because actually you literally see if someone does what they eat in a day, if a slim person puts loads in what they eat in a day, people will be like, oh, you go girl, you do this, you do you, all this, like, well done. But if a big person even eats healthily, like I've seen their what I eat in a day, even if they eat healthy, they're told you eat way too much, no wonder you're fat. Like, I've seen it time and time again. Even if they're the healthiest person I've ever seen on the planet, all the comments are like, oh, this is a disgusting amount. Like, it's just prominent there. Oh yeah, so just quickly, the Ben 10 thing. I can't even believe this is a thing. But if you're on TikTok, you'll see that people are doing this or something, but some people are going for Ben 10. But they're not trying to be Ben 10, and people get so frustrated and they're like, Ben 10 never licked his hand. And every time someone does it normal and doesn't lick their hand, they put a caption, Ben 10 never licked his hand. So again, making their point by bringing others down, which is just unnecessary. But also, like, Who cares? This person is following a TikTok trend. I've never done it myself because God forbid. But like, this person is following a TikTok trend. They're not auditioning to be a Ben 10 impersonator. So leave them alone. Like, people get so pressed and I'm just like, what? Why? Stop complaining if someone licks their hand. Like, how old are you? Though, fun fact, one time I was in like my town shopping centre and I was walking down the stairs and there was like this grown man, not even grown, like 80-year-old man going, "Ben 10, Ben 10, everybody bounce around." And it was like, funniest moment of my childhood. And you're probably like, "Megan, that wasn't very funny." Well, no, it probably wasn't, because you had to be there. Another problem I've got is people making fun of Brits for crooked teeth. Last week on TikTok, I was called a crooked teeth ape. I was just told I had disgusting teeth. People were putting, "Oh, her teeth," with like just throwing up emojis. Is that really called for? There was like this grown woman commenting, "I hate the UK. I live here because of my lover," which is a bit of a weird thing to say, but "I hate it because you've all got disgusting teeth." And I was like, really? You're a grown woman, is that really why you hate it? So really, I just thought that was a bit odd. But then she also said that everyone in the UK can have braces free. I didn't know about that, because actually you can't. I asked for braces every single year of my childhood, and they show you a chart and your teeth have to be really crooked or affect, or not even if they're even really crooked, but if they affect your eating or affect your jaw's natural function. If they don't do any of that, you don't get braces. So that's annoying. They affect my TikTok function because it seems to be all anybody can think about. But actually, they say my teeth are disgusting. I've never had to have a filling. I've never had to have anything at all done to my teeth, touch wood. But yeah, I just think that's really rude and entitled, because Americans and Brits make fun of each other, but I don't know why they make fun of something appearance wise that someone can't change. It's really rude. Like, imagine if I was just like, all Americans are fat heifers. Like, I wouldn't say that, and it's not true. I can't remember what rant I was just on. Okay, I'm just gonna prime my eyelashes. People find it so easy to be so mean on there. Personally, when I get hate comments, it doesn't really affect me. Like, it puts me in a bad mood, but it doesn't upset me. The only ones that upset me are when people question my intelligence, which I get all the time. It's really annoying. Like, okay, I get it, I'm stupid. Like, how can you know from a 15-second TikTok how clever I am? You can't. Those are the ones that do really put me in a bad mood. But ones about my looks just don't seem to get to me at all. I think it's because I already think it about myself, so like, don't bother, I already know. But no, what annoys me is videos on my For You page that I see, and then I look in the comments and people are just so horrid. It's like, what? It genuinely makes me worry for the next generation, like how nasty they are. In the past week alone, someone said I inspired Weight Watchers. Someone said I'm a crooked toothed ape. So many people say I'm stupid. Someone said I have to be locked away by a doctor and the key thrown away. Like, that was because of how stupid I was. They've really got a nerve. And it's sad because TikTok has so much potential. Like, it's a great place where people aren't shy. People normalise things. So many things are normalised on there. But it's just ruined by these little keyboard warriors, and their username is always user 309911 whatever. If you've got a friend and their username is like that on TikTok, just know your friend is a hater. Your friend goes around as a little keyboard warrior. And it's not even just the next generation. Like, a big lot of people that have hated on mine have been grown women. And such a great app where so many things are normalised, so many things are talked about. It's really scary how horrid it is, and how horrid people think it's okay to be. Okay, I'm going on to blush now. So this is my little Benefit Go-Go tint. The sexism on TikTok. People on TikTok are just so sexist. Yesterday there was a video and a girl hadn't shaved her armpits, and this guy was like, "Oh, I can smell the BO from here." If that's true, then every boy stinks, because boys don't shave. So why do they have a right to push this expectation onto girls? Oh, also, I always see these videos. I saw one last night and it was this boy and he was like, girls shouldn't have to shave because men don't. Girls shouldn't have to pay for period products. All this stuff that girls shouldn't have to do. and loads of people were commenting, wow, you're great, I have so much respect for this guy. And yeah, it's kind of respectful because he's going against like society's norm, but it's disgusting that girls have to idolize someone for just thinking things that are really bare necessities. Like literally all the stuff he said, it was like girls shouldn't get paid less, girls shouldn't do this, girls shouldn't have to go through this, all these things. And everyone in the comments were like, my respect for you went up. Everyone was like, oh, this guy's a dream, all this. Girls shouldn't have to idolize someone just because they think that they should be equal. Like, that shouldn't be something that's idolized, that should be something that's expected. You're probably thinking I'm attacking a boy for like standing up for girls' rights, which I'm not, but I'm just saying, like, say if a girl said stuff like, oh, men should be paid the same, men should be this, men should be that, they wouldn't get idolized for that. People literally wouldn't bat an eyelid. They'd be like, yeah, as you should. Whereas for men it's like, woo, all praise. So that's one way that the planet is just not okay. If that's idolized, any boy could be idolized if he just thought with his brain. That's not really TikTok's problem, that's society's problem, but like, how bad is society that that's something that's like raved about, you know? Do you get what I mean? And finally, onto lips. But all said and done, I think TikTok's a great place. I think the kids growing up in it, like growing up with it, are so lucky because there's so many things like mental health or like periods and all things like that that when we were growing up was like nobody talked about, a bit hush hush. Whereas now everyone talks about it on TikTok. So there's so many things I've seen on TikTok that like I'm like, oh, I've been through that, I never knew other people went through that as well. And it's so nice that like it's got so much potential, really. But yeah, any opinions that I've given in this video, I'm not attacking anyone that's given the original opinion, or I'm not even like dissing it. I'm just giving like a more, perhaps people that have this opinion maybe haven't looked at it at a wider perspective. That's really just what I'm doing. Or if you disagree with an opinion in this video, then that's fine. Like, everyone's different, I know. I mean, they are meant to be controversial, so you know. But just in general, like, I think it's great people can share their views and beliefs on TikTok, and like people can normalize things. I think that's fantastic. I think it's really making leaps and bounds in that aspect. I think the main problem is hate on TikTok. Oh, there's a clip in this. It would be a great place if there wasn't so much hate. A lot of the comments I'll get on videos, they're not even that bad, but it's just, if 100 people have said it already, you don't need to say it. That's because that's when people start to feel like they're being attacked, and if someone feels like they're being attacked, they're gonna get defensive. So just think, am I saying this because she doesn't know and I want to help her, or has somebody else already done that for me? Like, do I need to say it as well? I know I said she there, but I just mean like if you're commenting on anybody's TikTok, just check, are you doing it for the right reasons, or are you just doing it to jump on a bandwagon and attack them even more? So there we go, that's my makeup and hair transformation. There are all my controversial topics talked about. I don't want to upset anybody, it's just a few things I've seen on TikTok that I felt needed to be talked about. I hope you enjoyed the video. I really hope it didn't upset anybody. If you liked what you see, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you in next week's video. Bye!